We are currently in the lowest level of the house. Well, almost the lowest, not counting the secret room that we found. But this is the main lower level of our house. The house is a custom house built into a hill, so it's got several different levels, but we are in the bottom. There's a slab underneath us, and behind me is this brick fireplace or chimney. So I'll show you what this looks like and why, if you're building a house or if you're looking to put a fireplace into an existing house, there's a couple key things I think that are important if you want to heat with it. So this used to be a pass-through fireplace, so I'll show you the other side. This is the back side of that. It's no longer functioning because in here is just there's some spider webs, but in here is just the back of the wood burning insert. Now it still gets nice and warm on this side, and you can see how this is burning. I'm going to turn the fan off. There's a fan that circulates air. It sucks it in the bottom and blows it right out the top across this hot cast iron. But you can see how well this is burning. So I'm going to turn this the air down just a little bit. So you can see there's these reburn tubes on the top. This is a Quadra-Fire 5100. I think this is the biggest insert that Quadra-Fire makes. A lot of people talk about rocket stoves. This is basically how to convert your existing, house or chimney or fireplace into a rocket stove if you have a brick chimney. This is super clean burning. It puts all the oxygen in right at the top of the fire. And so you can see, if we were outside right now, there'd be almost no smoke, or if anything, maybe a little moisture would be coming out. This burns very clean. And the rest of those flue gases are getting burned on the way up this first section of chimney. And then it's just super hot flue gases that are going all the way up. So this is technically a double chimney. There are two flues in here. There's one that comes from this. It comes up just on the right-hand side. Actually, I think it goes over a little bit and comes up. And then right up above us, we have our kitchen fireplace, which has another flue that goes up the middle. So if we just use the Quadra-Fire down here, this insert, after we run this for a whole day, it heats up this entire mass of brick. And this goes all the way up the back side from the lowest level of the house. It almost goes up 3 stories because of the way this house is. But it goes up all the way through our second story, and there's a fan out in the living room there that we can turn on to circulate air. Kind of moves air around this brick, and this brick gets nice and hot. Even in the morning when we come out here, this brick is still over 90 degrees even after the fire has gone out. One of the things I think that even I thought was just a regular fireplace in here, if this was just an open fireplace, feed wood into it, that it would be a good heat source. And it would still heat up this whole thing, but you'd burn so much more wood without being able to control the air. Like with this insert, you're going to burn over twice the amount of wood. We have a traditional fireplace in our bedroom, and when we start a fire in there, I'm constantly feeding that thing, and it's just not very efficient at all. These inserts make all the difference. This basically turns it into a super efficient burning rocket mass heater with all this brick around here. If you followed along with this channel, we have a lot of heat sources in this house. This is actually one of 3 fireplaces. And we also have the outdoor wood boiler. Now, this is great for heating our house during the fringe months of the year. And so in October, we've got some cold nights. Sometimes it dips down into the 30s, even into the 20s. If we keep this thing roaring 24/7, even if we're gone throughout the day, I just turn it down and then come back and open it up, fill it back up. In the morning, it goes overnight. I usually load it before I go to bed and then come out in the morning and just stir up the coals, throw some more wood in there, and go to work. So it will keep running 24/7. You can keep feeding it, and that will warm our entire house. Now there are some fringe areas, there's some rooms that don't really have good airflow into this area, and so sometimes we'll put an electric heater in there and just set it at 68 or 70. And then during the coldest parts of the nights, that will keep the house warm in those areas, those bedrooms, keep them comfortable. But the only reason this house is over 4,200 square feet, and the only reason that we could even think about using this is because of how this house is designed, with this giant brick mass in here, and this being on the lowest level with this really big wood burning insert. We can put a lot of wood in there. It puts off a lot of heat. The fan runs down here 24/7. It just blows that heat out of this lower level. It actually warms up the floor. It warms up the brick, the ceiling. Everything gets warmed up and absorbs a lot of that heat. So in the overnight hours, when the fire dies down, you still have a lot of heat in the house. And it naturally, through convection, it cycles. The air will circulate it. There's open spaces in here, and the air will circulate up, and the colder air is gonna fall down. In fact, you can feel the cold air coming down the stairs, on the lower parts of the stairs. If you sit and you can feel it. And that just cycles right down here. It gets warmed up, and then it ends up back upstairs. So you have this natural convection in the house. Now, we could use fans. We could probably push this and use this all the way through November if we wanted to. But it does require a little more work. You have to feed it throughout the day. You have to feed it right before bed in the morning and stuff like that. Whereas the outdoor wood boiler obviously is a lot easier. You load it once or twice a day and it heats the house. For years I looked at all these YouTube videos on rocket mass stoves and rocket mass heaters, and you're designing all these cob, clay, and the chimneys go horizontal through them, and then they go vertical and all this stuff. And those are great. But honestly, in a more traditional way, in a more kind of normal type home build, if you're going to invest in a fireplace or a chimney, a wood burning system in your house, if you're building a house, make sure that your chimney goes all the way to your basement, and it goes all the way to your second floor. And if you have your first floor and then your second floor, have that chimney be one big, and make it right in the middle of your house. That's what they used to do. That's how all these big castles through all the years, and all these bigger houses, that's how they heated houses for years and years. I mean, these big houses, they had fireplaces with large chimneys, usually on either end of the house or in the center of the house, and they would feed those fires, and that would warm up all that brick and stone. That's why they used big brick and stone chimneys. You see these monster field stone chimneys on a lot of these old farmhouses and things. It's a mass. It's a heat sink that absorbs that heat and then slowly releases it overnight or in the colder parts of the day. So this is how we heat our entire house with one big fire during the fringe months of the year. During the center part of the year, I guess you could say, the deepest months of winter, especially our November, December, January, and February months. We are using our outdoor wood boiler. We have these fires just for fun. We'll have Christmas, things down here, and that during the holidays, we'll have fires down here. But we use our outdoor wood boiler for those months. In October, even in September, and then heading out into April, and sometimes into May, we'll close the wood boiler down, and then we'll just use these wood stoves just to keep things warm in here on those colder nights. And it works great. So this is a Quadra-Fire. I don't know, there's lots of other brands out there. I don't have a ton of experience with all the different brands of fireplace inserts, but if you're looking to do this, or you already have a fireplace, get one of these inserts in there. Get your chimney lined. There's a chimney liner you put in. It keeps it safe. This thing burns super clean. It does not burn a lot of wood, and you can heat an enormous amount of space with these wood burning inserts, way more than I ever thought would be possible. So I'm actually starting to catch on fire on my back right now. So we're gonna end this video. Hope you enjoyed the little tour through how we're kind of heating our house with one big fire. If you have questions about anything, please let me know. I would love to answer those. If you're looking to install something like this, anything that I can do to help, I would love to do that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today. Subscribe, tag along for lots more wood burning things, videos, content, and other stuff. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.